Alright, so people throw around ISO and exposure index like it's the same thing, and it's not. And if you're shooting in log or raw, knowing the difference actually matters. So ISO is the International Standards Organization, and is basically how sensitive your sensor is to light. And it comes from the film days where every film stock had a fixed sensitivity. In digital, ISO works more like a brightness gain. It tells the camera how bright to make the image based on the light hitting the sensor. Now, exposure index or EI is different on cinema cameras. EI doesn't change how the sensor captures light, it changes how the image is interpreted. It's more of like a creative choice. So, for an example, RE cameras have like a base ISO of 800, and that's where the sensor performs best at. But you can set your EI higher or lower depending on what you want to protect. Alright, so if you set your EI to like 400, you're prioritizing like your cleaner shadows, and then you can expose brighter on set and then pull it back down in post, but you'll end up with less noise in the shadows. So you'll have less room in the highlights as well. So this is super useful when you're shooting in log or raw because you have flexibility in post. But if you're shooting compressed formats like H.264, you need to be careful just because you don't have the same room to push things around later.